Gliscor360. Here I have an epically close battle against some guy named CrazyDialga. I met him on his at, and I'm just like, hey bro, want to battle? He's like, sure. So it was a very close battle. I said I'd upload because it was so close. And so yeah, his name's CD. He's gonna send in a Roserade. I thought he'd send in Roserade first, so I started with Heat Ran, scare him off with that Fire Blast, and with the anticipated Scarf. And I am scarfed, and I thought I'd just scare him off and make him switch, but he doesn't buy it. He actually stays in, which is unfortunate. And I go to Tyranitar and get that Sandstream up. I thought he'd switch, so I thought it would be free Sandstorm. And he goes for the Sleep Powder, and now I'm asleep, and he's free to set up on me. So that was actually a horrible play on my part. It was a horrible overprediction, and you probably shouldn't overpredict in first stages of the game. So like I said earlier, he's going to set up the Toxic Spikes. It's kind of a big deal because that does a lot to Swampert, and I thought he might want to set up another layer, but he doesn't. He just goes for the Leaf Storm. And Life Orb Leaf Storm is enough to take out my Tyranitar, considering there's no EVs whatsoever in Special Defense. So I lose my Tyranitar early game. It's already 6-5 lead for him. So he does, with the combination of Life Orb and Sandstorm, he is taking a lot of residual damage. So I decide I'm just going to send in my Regirock here, because Regirock walls Roserade completely. I mean, with the Sandstorm boost and everything, its special defense is over 350, and its defense is well over 450. So it's a great combination, and I know I can take a Leaf Storm very easily, but he gets a crit. So that was actually a major play, and I lose my Regirock early game. I do have rest, so if the poison started to get annoying, I could have just rested it off. I actually went for the T-Wave this turn, predicting a switch, which he should have done, and he gets some more Life Orb damage, and with the Sandstorm damage, he's just about at half HP. So I go into my Garchomp, and I'm just gonna go for that Outrage. I should have gone for the Fire Fang, but I didn't want to. I didn't want it to miss, and I know he has a Gigalith on this team, and I figured I'll just snap out of the Outrage second turn. So he does send into that Gigalith, and Gigalith has like base 100 defense, so I can't do much to him. I go for the Outrage, and it doesn't even do half. To be fair, I am Jolly max speed. Don't have a Life Orb or anything, so there's not much to power that up. He goes for that Earthquake. It does a fair amount of damage. He does have leftovers, so Outrage is not going to be a solid 2-hit KO. And unfortunately, I am locked into a third Outrage, so he's going to live in low red HP. So he's going to go for a Stone Edge here, but with a combination of Sandveil and Stone Edge's accuracy, I do manage to dodge it. And now that I'm confused, I'm just going to switch out here. And Sandstorm's not taking its toll on this Gigalith, so I know I definitely have to switch. I don't want to risk attacking myself. I switch into my Swampert to take the Earthquake or whatever he wants to go for. And he does go for the Stone Edge, which I would have just gone for the Earthquake from the beginning. Sure, it doesn't have stab, but it does more than a stab, not very effective. Stone Edge. So he hits me with the Stone Edge. It does a fair amount, to be fair, but this Swampert is not physically bulky, it's specially bulky. And so I get a bit of leftovers recovery, but the poison is really gonna hurt here. So he does make a good prediction here. Instead of going for the Earthquake, I go for the Stealth Rock, and that was an amazing prediction on his part. So that means he gets another free attack, which is gonna matter because, well, actually it doesn't matter in the long run, but it does really help because the Toxic is already starting to take me down. So I am holding leftovers. It doesn't matter though, because poison heals more than leftovers recovers. So he's at a respectable amount of HP right now. I decided to go for the Earthquake, which is a huge misplay because he does have the Latios. I didn't think he'd switch though. I should have just gone for the Waterfall. I'm in turret range. It would have killed. I do have Ice Punch, but I didn't think it would manage to kill. And so I go for the Earthquake, and his Levitate protects him. So that was a huge misplay on my part. He's taking a bit of Sandstorm damage, and I'm not sure what he is yet. I'm not sure if he's Scarfed, Specs, Life Orbed, Calm Mind. There's lots of things Latios can run. So it is kind of a major threat to my team. It outspeeds everything I have, and an attack can pretty much kill OHKO anything on my team. So he goes for that Stab Draco Meteor, and that's definitely going to be enough to kill, despite me being specially bulky. And there goes my Swampert. So he is in a major lead right now. He's been outplaying me from the very beginning. So I send into my Gliscor, and here's where it starts to turn on him. I make a major good play and go for the Earthquake on the Latios, because I predicted him sending in Victini, and with a combination of the Stealth Rock damage and Earthquake is gonna be enough to kill off Victini, which is good because that thing can run like V-Crate, and it's like base 180 attack. So it despite Gliscor being naturally bulky, it still would have at least been a 2-hit KO. So luckily I get my Toxic Orb in, and he sends up this thing. It is such a good wall. It walls my Pokemon completely. Like, I don't have anything for that. So here I make another major misplay, trying to see what he's gonna do, and I go for the Protect. And he goes for the Trick Room. So now I just basically said, oh, here you go, now you're faster. So now this thing is the fastest thing on the field, and there's nothing I can do about it. And Sandstorm is kind of taking its toll, but then again, he does run leftovers, so I know I'm gonna have to poison this guy. But he goes for the Scald, and Scald just doesn't have the base power to 2-hit KO after I'm gonna stall him out with Protect. It does actually a fair amount of damage, almost 3/4. I fling him that Toxic Orb. It's super effective, but then again, Slowbro's defense is almost as high as Gliscor's. And so he gets the poison, which is going to be very helpful in the long run. I need some residual damage on this thing, and Sandstorm is just cancelling out his leftovers, so some residual damage will be nice. And I do run Toxic Heal, so if I protect enough, then I can stall him out successfully. Luckily, he didn't have Ice Beam. I was really afraid of that. If he did, then that would have been game right there. So I protect, stalling him out. Residual damage is always nice, especially on a wall. My team only has one special attacker, and that's Heatran, so a Slowbro is a really good counter, considering Heatran really can't touch Slowbro. And so he's getting withered down by Toxic now, starting to take its toll on him. I do run the Poison Heal. It heals me off a bit, up to like 200 and something. So I'm going to switch out here. I'm pretty confident I can live a third Scald, but I don't want to risk him getting a crit. And I go into Garchomp, maybe get the Sandveil hacks. And he goes for Scald. It hits, but it was basically just a stalling play to get some more Toxic on him. But if he had switched into his Latios, then that would have been horrible, because Latios has a higher base speed than Garchomp. So he's starting to restore stuff off here, and he's gonna get hit a bit by Toxic. So he's looking not very good right now, since he's less than half HP. And I know I can just stall him out with Protect, but it turns out this thing has Slack Off. I went for the attacking move, luckily, because I actually thought I could live another Scald, and luckily I did, because that would have been horrible if I didn't. So I go for the Acrobats, and with a combination of my attack, Sandstorm, and Toxic, it basically brings him back to where he was. So I know he's not going to do that again, because it almost brings him back to where he was. So I'm going to cut the video off here. So he's getting leftovers recovery, but Toxic brings him back basically to where he was. So I do get my poison heal, and now I'm really confident I can live another Scald. So I'm just gonna, but I do go for the protect just in case, because he can get a crit still in the game, and he goes for the trick room. So once again, I used it uselessly. And if I just went for the attack, then Slowpoke would have been dead here. Why didn't I attack him? Like, that doesn't make any sense, because he survives with, like, -5 HP, and if I had just gone for the attack, then he would have been dead. So, I'm not sure what I really want to do here. I'm up to a really high amount of health, but I decide to just leave Gliscor in to take the hit. Not much else I can do. And luckily he does not get a crit. After my acrobats, it'll hit him quite hard. I should have just gone for the protect and hoped for the 2-turn, because even if he didn't, then it would have done his toll. But I believe I predicted a switch, that's why I didn't. So he sends into this Gigalith, and I know the trick room makes it faster. So I'm just gonna, I believe I just protect here, trying to get some HP back. And Gigalith has, like, attack going up to 416. So even though Gliscor's naturally bulky, I don't think I can take one. And he has leftovers recovery. So, but I'm pretty sure an Earthquake will kill him regardless. So I do get some more poison heal off. And I'm at a pretty high HP, so I'm hoping I can take a Stone Edge, and I'm hoping it doesn't crit. And both of my wishes come true, and I live at 40 HP. And I get off the Earthquake. So Gliscor has really done its job during this battle, and he really has outdone what he's supposed to do. And I managed to kill off the Gigalith as well. So Gliscor gets some more poison heal, brings him back to 84 HP. He sends in Latios, not much I can do here. I believe I should go for the protect though. I go for the acrobats, right, because he has Trick Room up. So once again, Gliscor has proven himself worthy, and I take him down to an amount of HP where the Sandstorm will take him out. So Gliscor did an amazing job during this battle, and I usually like Swampert best, but Gliscor really did his job. So after Sandstorm, that brings us down both to our last Pokemon. Trick Room wears off, and that's good because my last Pokemon is Scarfed, and it's Heatran. So he sends in his Zoroark, and he can't really trace anything. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna win, because he does have Focus Blast, and he should have won if I didn't have Scarf. So I'm just praying I don't hit Fire Blast, like I missed like 3 in a row last game. So, and someone said it's 85 accuracy in the comments, so that was just crazy. So I do hit him, and that's gonna be game. So that was a great game, CrazyDialga. His channel will be in the description below. Check him out, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.